We support this church for one life at a time. And I want to invite Ron Stinnett. Tis your luck. Oh, by the way, happy St. Patrick's and St. Gertrude's Day. Yes. So, yes, the luck of the Irish. So, Ron is going to share how God has blessed him through this church.
I always have to have something, because I can start telling a story and 5 minutes later I wonder, how in the world did I get to that part? So, Devin's testimony last week touched me because I had a similar journey. It just was 50 years previously. So when Pastor Pat asked Tom and I which one of us was going to testify this morning, I jumped at the chance, even though it scares me. So, you know that I was raised a preacher's kid. I never let you guys forget that. And that just really scrambled me up for good. The Nazarene denomination has a minister in every church, and then over that is a district superintendent. So our DS, when I was a teenager, was a pastor named Glenn Griffin. I have searched my memory to figure out, what the man looked like. He must have been good looking for a teenage boy like me to sit in the front row and listen with every breath that I could utter to what he said. But he also told these stories that wrapped around his sermon. And the one that I remember, he talked about the Pacific Northwest. And I wanted to see that. Oh, I just could not wait until I was grown up and I could go see it. So December 1968, I just turned 21. And I headed from Kansas City, Missouri to Portland, Oregon. Now, I have no sense of direction. So I went south to Texas, caught the 40, and I was going all the way over to catch the 5 and up to Portland, because that would make sense. As I'm going, I thought, I want to see Las Vegas. I saw Viva Las Vegas, and, I had to see if that place was real. So I stopped. I'm very disappointed, never wanted to go back. But it also occurred to me, if I just go straight up Nevada, I can hit Boise, Idaho, where my brother lives. Now, I didn't know Nevada had mountains. When we went to New Zealand, Tom went to AAA and he got all the books and he knew everything. That never occurred to me to look at a map or something. So I'm on the mountains and it's snowing, and I hit a patch of ice and the car just slid right across the highway and rammed into a tree. I wasn't hurt, so I got out of the car, I came down to the road, and coming down the mountain was a tow truck. I flagged it down, and somehow he got my car and he put it behind the tow truck, and we headed down the mountain. And a couple of miles down the road, the rear tire of my car blew out. So he unhitched the car, turned it around, and we went ass backwards down the freeway till we hit this little town. I got cardboard boxes, packed up all of my stuff. There was a train station in this little town. God knows what the name was. But I could get a train, go to Boise, and I stayed with my brother and Nina and their daughter Naomi Ruth. They still to this day don't understand the significance of Naomi Ruth. But I left on Saturday because I wasn't about to go to church on Sunday. And we went over to Portland, and I got all of the belongings out of the train, put them in the storage boxes where you take the key and then put the 25 cents in. Yeah. Walked up the hill. Somehow I knew that Portland State was up the hill, and I had enrolled there. And I found a 30-day hotel that rented rooms by the month, and so I rented a room and moved in. Now, it took me 28 years from there to come into the doors of this church. In 1968, there wasn't an MCC in Portland. And there might have been churches, but it's doubtful that anybody was open and affirming at that time. So my journey continued. God was always present in me. I mean, I look at that day. If the car had skidded to the right down the mountain, I probably would not have survived. Where are the odds of a tow truck coming down the mountain? And had that not happened and I continued to drive, when that rear tire blew, who knows if I could have. I'm not a good driver, Those of you who've driven with me know, I kind of discover a key and land on it as we're going up. So, yeah. It took a long time, but I finally got the nerve to walk in. Now, you want to know how many blessings I've got? We would be here until Easter if I told you every one of the blessings that's there. But my prayer always is that we keep the doors open. Because 50 years from now, I guarantee you, there will be a Devin, there will be a Ron, there will be a Christy, there will be somebody that needs what this church has to offer. And I'm so happy that we're expanding the social media presence as well, because we will reach more and more people. So thank you for bearing with me as I spoke, but I love you all. Yeah.